right. I will attempt to do yoga with dogs once again. I have two here. Lie down on your back. Draw your knees to your chest. Let's see. Oh no. And circle your knees. It's as though he feels I called him since I mentioned him. Oh. And then hold both your knees into your chest and just let your low back have a chance to unwind. Send some breath, whatever you can manage, into the lower body. And try to direct it throughout the whole cylinder. So you're not aiming just for the back, but rather the sides and front and the back. And then extend your left leg up. And let's do a slow flex and point, articulating that foot. And then bend the knee and interlace your fingers. Hold your ankle with your right hand. Interlace your fingers into your toes and circle the foot manually with your hand. One way, and be pretty, don't hurt yourself, but aggressive, getting the lymph to move here, and then go the other way. If you have to pick up your head, do that. Really give the ankle a good circle. And then release your fingers from your foot and re-extend through while you're dorsiflexing and massage the back of the leg. Just give it some squeezes and massage the knee. Give it some extra care so you can get lubrication into that joint. Up the hamstrings. And there are 3 of them. So feel in the inner thigh, center of the back of the thigh, and toward the outer thigh. Go all the way to the attachment at the buttock, right at that sits bone, and massage in there. That might be tender for some. And then send the leg to the floor out in front of you. Pull the right knee to your chest and stabilize everywhere but the leg and circle that right leg. Keep your shoulders relaxed, your elbows soft, your tongue soft, your eyes maybe open, maybe closed, but keep them soft and diffused. Go the other way with the knee. Pull your leg open toward the right and use your left hand to iron out your body. So take the flat of your palm and massage, just sweeping down at a very superficial, like you're just ironing the skin. That left hip, the stomach, under the ribs, the thigh. Press that left hip with the palm, that left hip bone, and ease that right leg maybe a little more to the right. Create a shelf underneath the right thigh and start that isometric contraction of pressing your thigh into your hand and vice versa. And go to your max for 3, 2, 1. And then we'll do the inner thigh. So place the hand on the inner thigh and press thigh into hand, hand into thigh. Work up the intensity there. Find the greatest amount of isometric pressure and hold 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just notice how much more your knee opens toward the side after strengthening. It's wild. Right? And it's a metaphor too, right? When we feel strong, we're able to let go more. Bring your knee into the midline, stretch your right arm open, And come into a twist. Take this gently. I have a bruiser dog here as a bolster under my leg and a Lola dog for a bolster on my right shoulder. So I'm quite supported, but you could use blocks or books or your pets. Outer right hip rolling away from the waist. Head turns to the right. Breathe in and let out a long sigh. Let's slowly circle that right arm down. Follow the hand with your eyes all the way around. And again, let's circle down all the way around. Turning the head to the right as you reach out to the right. Roll onto your back. Give that right knee another pull into the chest. Let your shoulders drop. And again, take a deep breath. Letting the body, mind know that everything is going to be okay, is okay. Switch sides, hold that left knee in, send your right leg up high, and a nice slow pointing and flexing of that right foot. As you work it, check that the foot looks to be lined up with the ankle, that it isn't pronating in, supinating out, or misaligned in some other way I can't describe. And then bend the knee. You know, last time I said which hand to hold with and which hand to lace with. I'll let you figure that out. Maybe it's different for you, but I'm stabilizing my ankle with my left hand, threading my fingers into my toes, and I'm going to circle that foot, ankle. And we want to get the lymph moving this way. And go the opposite direction. And then hold that left shin again, send the right leg high, and then all the way down through dorsiflexion to the ground. Give your left knee a gentle pull. Take a deep breath. Let your shoulders melt down your back as you exhale. Stabilize everywhere but that left leg and circle the leg around with the bent knee. And then go the other way. Reach behind the leg and massage the back of the leg, really getting into the hamstrings, the inner thigh. Oh, am I the wrong leg? Am I? No. Okay, right leg. Middle of the thigh, outer thigh. And massage the knee. Maybe it was the right leg. Oh, I see what happened. Put that wait. It's the right leg that needs massaging. So, sorry, lift that right leg up and massage the back of the right leg. The calf and the knee, and really get that knee warm. The hamstrings. Go all the way up to the attachment at the right sits bone. And if there's any area that's tender, give it some extra attention. There we go. And now extend that leg, really dorsiflex the foot and send it all the way down. Pull the left knee in and circle that knee. Feel that gentle contraction in the belly, helping you stabilize. Go the other way. Pull your knee over to the left and massage, not really massage, more iron that right side with the palm of your hand. Anything feel queasy, gently rub the skin there. Start at the ribs and move your way down. pressing that right side down, maybe that left knee opens a bit more, and just notice how far out it goes. And then create a shelf underneath your left leg, upper thigh, or sorry, lower, upper knee, lower thigh, and press leg into hand, hand into leg. Find that equal isometric contraction and hold 5, 4, ramping up the intensity, 3, 2, 1, and then bring your hand to the inside. Press thigh into hand and vice versa. Ramp up the intensity and find that contraction. 5, 4, 3, give it all you got, 2, and 1. Notice if the leg opens further. Press that right hip down as that left knee goes out toward the side. And then shift your hips a little bit to the left as the knee comes across the body. Reach the left arm open. Roll that outer left hip down. Look out over your left shoulder. Be mindful of any tenderness. If anything feels too hard, too extreme, just trust your body, what it can do today. Don't force anything that feels unsafe or unskillful. Circle your left arm down. Follow the hand with your eyes all the way around. And again, nice slow arm circle. Down, all the way around. Look out to the left. Reach through that left arm and roll to your back. Hug your knees in. Plant your feet on the floor and rub your hands together. And then try to rub the fingers to the fingertips. And in between in the webbing. And give them a good vigorous rub. Fingertips, palms. And then shake out your hands. We're going to grab a block. And we're going to stay on our back. You're going to take the block at the lowest height, place it under your buttocks. Extend your left leg out long and pull your right knee in. So similar to what we just did, but now from a back bend and or a little elevation of the hips. And you may notice that changes the experience some. So it changes the angle, the vector of extension and flexion. So this left leg is an extension, this hip. And that this increase in height may be just enough to give that left leg a new feeling. And the flexion in the right hip. Open the knee to the right. Just a gentle version of that isometric. So placing the right hand under that right thigh, gently, just not as intense as before, about 15%. Press the leg toward the hand, and the hand just softly resists back. And just notice if that's different in the hips, on that left side or right side, or for me, I notice it more in the stability of the core. Now, place the hand on the inside, thigh into hand, hand into thigh, and again, just about 10-15% for your max. You may notice this in the front of the hips differently. You can add a little bit of pressure into the floor with that left heel. And softly bring it back to the center. Interlace your hands behind the right leg and straighten that leg up to the sky. Let your shoulders melt down. Push through your left heel and extend through your right. Flexion through the knee, gently bend. Extension through the knee. And straighten. Release your hands, but keep the leg up there and move it Just closer to your face, just a little bit. Increase the angle. And then bend your left knee, place the foot flat on the floor, cross your right ankle over the upper left knee, lift both feet, that left foot off the floor, and gentle figure four hip stretch here. Interlace the hands again behind the left thigh. Try to get level on that block so the hips are level and roll your pelvis slightly more forward into the block for a deeper stretch. Softly press your right knee away from you. And breathing here, breathing through the nose. If that's not possible, breathe through the mouth. Check that your neck is staying relaxed. Release the leg. Place the left foot on the floor. Uncross the right foot. Pause both feet on the floor. Toe heel your feet apart. Let the knees come in. Arms extend long. Palms turn up for a moment or two of constructive rest. Breathe high into the chest. Let the tummy settle. Let the shoulders be heavy as the chest opens. If it's possible, the knees are together. Gentle, gentle contraction in the tummy. And then toe heel your feet to parallel. Extend your right leg long on the floor. Press down through your right heel. Draw your left knee in. Interlace the fingers in front of that shin and switch the lacing if you haven't been doing so. Melt the shoulders down your back. Just feel if this gives you a bit of a different stretch in the front of the right hip or in the crease of the left. Leaving your chest open, gently squeezing shoulder blades toward each other. Hold that left knee. Take the knee toward the left. Hand scaffolds under the left knee and push leg into hand and vice versa. Push down through the right heel for just a little more clarity. Don't go all the way to your max, just a little hint of that isometric pressure. And then relax it. Hand to the inner leg. Press leg into hand, hand into leg. Breathe. Just letting the body feel its structure and shape. And relax. Bring the knee into the middle. Take the hands behind the leg, awkward lacing of the fingers, and extend your leg up. Push through the right heel. Roll both hip points slightly toward each other. Bend the left knee and extend all the way up through that foot. And bend. You can point the foot on the way down. Flex the foot on the way up. And bend. And straighten. Remove your hands from the back of the leg. Keep the leg there and slowly guide that foot closer toward your face. Chest remains open. Legs strong. Breathe. Try to get it straight. And then bend the leg. Place the right foot on the floor. Cross left ankle over upper right knee. Interlace the fingers and hug that right leg toward you. Press the left leg slightly away from you and check that you're even on the block. The block gives you a little bit of nice feedback there. Open the chest. It's a slight bit of an upper back bend there. Gently encouraging that left knee forward, holding that right leg steady. Check that your neck isn't getting too involved or involved at all. And then release the legs. Uncross the feet. Take your block up one more notch if that's possible. Place the buttocks back down. And I don't have my bum, like the cushy part, on the block. I have the bone, the sacrum on there. Tuck your shoulders under just a bit. So they're just giving you a bit of help. And maybe it feels safe to extend both legs out in front of you. If this doesn't feel good at this height, go back to the lower version. Place your feet flat, lower the block by half, and try again. Breathe through the whole length of the body. Personally, I recommend rolling the frontal hip points toward the ceiling or slightly in. But if that is painful, go ahead and let the toes flop out. Move your chest points toward your face and extend your sits bones gently toward your heels, lengthening out the body. Raise your arms to the ceiling, hands toward the ceiling, and press your shoulders into the floor as you take your arms behind you overhead. Breathe into the chest. And then reach the fingers back up to the sky. We also have a full moon, which is no joke. Full moon, eclipse, total eclipse of the moon. A lot going on today that would make us tired under healthy circumstances. So it's a good day to do this kind of restorative flow. Both feet to the floor, knees bend. Raise your seat. We're going to lift it and hold it here. Move the block out of the way. Pulse the buttocks, getting a little bit of sculpt on that butt for 10, 9. Try to press the ball, the big toes down. 6, and a little slight firming of the tummy. 5, 4, 3, 2. Raise those hips up. Then arch the back. Really big back bend as you lower the seat to the floor first. And then let the rest of the spine come down. Bring the soles of your feet all the way together, butterfly the knees apart. If your blocks are handy, glide them underneath your outer thighs. Place your hand on your heart and one on your belly. And breathe through the nose. Something that got lost in yoga classes along the way is taking rest, like a 2-minute-ish rest between each posture. Of course, this doesn't fly. Like, most people really don't want to do that on a regular day. But sort of the latest round of great master teachers, Iyengar and a few of his contemporaries, eventually came to the conclusion that it was best the way, like for the greatest efficacy of and benefit of each pose was to take a mini shavasana after each one. And let the effects sink in. Observe your breath and let the mind go. Let it be still. Don't chase it wherever it's floating off. Like if your mind is going into thought, we don't want to try to control that. Your consciousness doesn't follow it. You just stay focused on the breath. Thoughts, they're happening are way, way, way in the distance, like balloons way out in the atmosphere. Every now and again, you might be like, that's a pretty balloon. That's cool. Just bring yourself back. Bring your hands down to your outer legs. Lift the knees up. Roll to your favorite side. Pause on your side and send your breath into any place that's sore. If you don't know where that is, I'm going to recommend instead to really send the breath into the back of the lungs, or the back body where the lungs are, and the waist area and the lower back. Search those three areas. For anything that feels contracted or tight, and direct your breath there. And then push down through the easiest hand and post up to a seat. Take your time. There may be some dizziness as you sit up. Come into a comfortable cross-legged position with your right shin in front of the left shin. Wriggle your seat until you locate those sits bones and sit on top of them. Can there be equal distribution between both? I don't know, because in this position, it's hard to get it equal. You can get pretty close. Sharon is masked here. Means Lou is nearby. Raise the arms up to the sky. Interlace your fingers, round forward here. Pressing your palms away, tummy sucks back toward the spine, bowing in. And then arch your back, lifting your palms up to the ceiling, sticking your tailbone back, lifting your chest, head goes up. A few of these, bowing forward, sucking the belly back, rounding. Inhale, and a big, big, big arch up. From here, we're going to release the hands and bring the left hand to the right knee, the right hand on fingertips. Raise the sides of your chest and turn your torso toward the right, and your hips just subtly turn toward the left. Counter this. Roll that left shoulder back collarbone up. It won't be intuitive, at least it isn't for me, but it's big. Squeeze those shoulder blades in and lengthen through your low back as you turn. Twisting is really good when you're sick. It's actually better right before you get sick. It can help keep it away, but it helps a lot. A lot, a lot, a lot. Hold that left knee, reach the right arm up and bend toward your left. If you can, look up to the right, but if that's too much work, look down to the left. I'd love you to be feeling a stretch along that whole right side. Especially, I'm going to say the lats. Raise yourself back up. We're going to fold toward the right. So you're going to take your left hand over to the right of that leg and just let your torso fold. It's a bit of a rounding. The belly is there. Protect you. Let the head drop. And maybe you get a nice stretch here on the left flank of the body. Breathe there, or wherever you can. Lifting that left arm, come on up to sit and wriggle. Wriggle into your sit seat. And then grow the spine tall. Close the eyes and observe your breath. Meditation teachers, for the most part, seem to have come to a consensus that with the mind these days being so busy, it's easier to concentrate on belly breathing. If you are an advanced meditator, keep the focus at the very tips of the nostrils. Either way, focus on the breath flowing in and out. Letting the mind body open. The eyes gently blink themselves open and lean back to switch your legs, left shin in front. Wriggle your butt and sit up tall. Raise the arms up overhead. Interlace the fingers, this time with the knuckles facing up. Round forward here. Push those knuckles away. Tummy back. Inhale, lift. Look up, stick your tail back. Round forward, tummy in. Protect your lower back, tuck the tailbone. A bit of a nice contraction. Inhale, extend. Get those joints lubricating. And again. And exhaling forward. Inhaling up. Hands separate, right hand to left knee. Left hand behind. Raise the sides of the chest. Roll the shoulders back. Look over the left shoulder. Grow tall on the right side. Roll that right shoulder, head back, right collarbone opens. Turn. Breathe. Squeeze shoulder blades toward each other. Yeah. Lift up that left arm. Reach it over your ear and bend toward the right. Either look up to the arm or down toward the floor. Nice side bend here. Can you feel this? Along your whole left side. And lift up. Untwist and bend over toward your left. Right sits bone. Try to keep that on the floor as you fold out toward your left side. Breathe into your right back waist. And everyone has a side that's tighter than the other. Maybe for me it was the other one. And then walk your hands in. Sit up. Well, first wriggle low. So you got to get your butt down. And then you grow your spine tall. Shoulders back, neck long, chin slightly lifted, head slightly back. Close the eyes. bring your attention to your breath. There's three magic phrases: no place to be, nothing to do, no one to become. So mysterious as they are so countercultural. They become subversive. Let your eyes blink open. And we're going to make our way onto all fours. Oh, my fingers. And I have never really thought of this as a big warm up for the shoulders, but in fact it is. So we're going to take a cat cow here, focusing on the shoulder blades. Well, you may just feel lucky to be able to move at all. And then just stay in that gratitude. If movement is coming easily today, notice the shoulders here. They draw together and they move apart in the cat. Feel that wide expanse. And then as you come into cow, feel them narrow and roll down your back, allowing your back to arch. Flexion, breathing up as the shoulders widen. And they draw toward each other and down. A few more, coordinating this with your breath. Okay, I'm inhaling as I move into the cow pose, and exhaling. Cat, my navel pulls strongly toward my spine. Now we'll move from here, and you may want to grab blocks. You can do it with or without. I'm going to try it with. So you're going to go shoulder width distance. Your knees are going to go back. We're going to go into a deeper shoulder stretch, putting the elbows on the floor or the blocks. Knees remain under the hips. Elbows probably walk a little forward, depending on where you put the blocks. And you're going to bring your chest down toward the floor. Now my arms are active. I'm pushing my elbows, I fell off, into the floor, into the blocks, so that I have some muscles here holding me safe. And I'm pushing my hands together with some pressure as well. So they're not just happenstance together. I'm pushing them together and I'm pushing down through the elbows, activating triceps and lats. And I'm allowing flexibility as I start to drop chest toward the floor or to the floor. Forehead down. If you're very, very bendy, chin is on the floor. You may feel this in the anterior shoulder capsule. Whatever you do, do not hang out in pain. So maybe lift the chest and push more into muscle strength. This is a great way to create space for breath. Push down into the elbows to lift your trunk up. Walk your knees in and move the blocks to a higher height. Come on to the highest height of the blocks with your hands, and let's do a few cat-cow at this angle. You may be able to articulate the shoulders back more here. And be more aware of core strength in the cat. How? By pulling your knees toward the blocks and the blocks like isometrically back toward the knees, you can get a pretty strong contraction in the front body. Then walk your hands in. So when you're catted, walk your hands in towards your knees, and it won't be very far to come up. Take your right hand to your right heel, reach your left arm up, and gently find a stretch here along that left front body. It's very similar to the back bend we did with the block under our sacrum. And come on up. Reach your left hand to your left heel. I have my toes tucked under. Right arm up, tailbone forward, reach back. Breathe there. Really nice. And come on up. Back to all fours. Leaving your toes on the ground, extend your right leg back and stretch your right heel back, getting a nice deep calf stretch. Tail is slightly tucked under. Draw your right shoulder blade onto your back, reach your left arm forward by the ear, pick the right leg up, and reach through your right toes. Extend finger and toes without collapsing your middle. Bend your left elbow to cactus and bend your right knee, take that out laterally toward the right hip. Re-extend arm and leg, and then bend both sides like cacti. Inhale, extend. Exhale, pull. One more time. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend and pull. Good. Re-extend and put hand and knee down. Inhale, arch to cow. Exhale, round your cat. Shake out your head. And then find neutral, leaving your left toes tucked under on the floor. Extend back through that left leg. Stretch the heel back, calf muscle gets a bit of a nice stretch here. Tone your left quadriceps. Tummy in, hips level. Raise leg and arm, point left toes. Extend long without collapsing your tummy. Then bend left knee toward the left hip, right elbow back. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee comes forward, elbow back. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, bend it, extend it, and bring knee and hands down. Come down onto your elbows. Fingers can be interlaced or palms can remain in line with elbows and shoulders parallel. Your call. As we step our feet back into a forearm plank. Toning the front of the body here and squeezing the sides of the body to make the body more cylindrical and strong, and breathe. Neck is relaxed. Heels are back. Try to fan all your toes out so they're not all mushed under there. And you can add a little contraction of elbows toward ankles and ankles toward elbows, or push them away from each other. See what you like. Try both. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and lower your torso down, your legs down, point your toes, come into Sphinx. March your elbows just a tiny bit forward and gently pull. Elbows toward hips, chest up, chin way up. And then come down onto your hands. Rest your head on your hands. Tiny little mini Shavasana, and breathe here. Now, we're going to do just a little bit of strengthening. Bend your arms out to the side into cactus, forehead to the floor, raise up your feet. So in yoga theory, we want the inner thighs rolling up so that the feet aren't turned out. However, you need to take care of your back. So if there's a way with your feet turned out that's better for you, do that. But technically in yoga, we want them turned in or neutral. Now, if you can, lift your elbows as well. Reach through the arms straight out in front of you, like you're flying, like Superwoman, and then bend the elbows back, like a row. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Breathing through mouth or nose. Extend and bend, working that upper back as we hold the lower back strong with the legs up. Do somewhere between 4, 3, and 5 more. That's 3 and 2 and squeeze it and release. Feet down, head down, right arm to the right. We're going to twist. Keep that right shoulder on the floor, roll toward it. Place left foot on the ground and maybe take that left arm back. But do push your right hand down and make that arm strong. Don't let that right elbow, the one on the floor, lock out. Squeeze your shoulder blades, tuck tailbone. I usually prefer to leave my left hand grounded somewhere to help me. Sometimes I like it overhead. And roll back to the center. Reach your left arm out. Before we roll, put your palm on the floor on the left side and pull it toward you. So lock it where it is, but then isometrically pull it toward you, engaging the musculature on your left side. Keep that action in your awareness as you then roll toward the left. The inclination is to get passive, to just let that get loose and wobbly. Don't do it. Maybe your right foot steps behind and you continue to leverage with that right hand or something else. Maybe bring it behind you or overhead. Trust your instincts here. And breathe. Tailbone slightly under. Okay. Take it easy. And then come back to the center. Place your palms on the floor. And again, breathe into the lungs. There's so much lung in the back. One of the things with COVID is it can stay dormant in little pockets. They call it like COVID reservoirs. And one of those can be, or some of those can be in the lungs. So you got to keep that lung tissue turning over, really giving it a good cleanse. Bend both knees, reach back for the ankles. Bring your knees hip width distance. Start with the head on the floor. Take a breath. As you exhale, tuck tailbone slightly. Raise your legs and chest up. And like a rocking horse, go forward and back. If you can't reach back and hold, that's okay. In fact, you get way more out of it, believe it or not, by not holding because your muscles have to work more. So you're reaching or you're holding and you're rocking. Then let your legs go back all the way down, toes tap on the floor. Come up into a cobra. Leave your pelvis down, but roll your snaky spine up. Come on to hands and knees into neutral. Shift your hips all the way back to a extended child's pose. Letting armpits melt here. Lungs get heavy, hips get heavy. Let the brilliance of this shape just work its powers on you. Contract your belly muscles as you roll up to a kneeling seat. Then you're gonna walk forward on your mat, and we're moving toward our back. So we're gonna take our block and come into a supported inversion. So we're gonna take that block underneath. Now I've chosen the highest height for me. You can choose low, medium, or high. I'm placing it under the sacrum and raising the feet up to the sky. So it's sort of like shoulder stand. It's Viparita Karani. Shoulders would come under you. You could also go to a wall and just raise your legs up the wall. So when you're sick or getting sick, two things that really, really help are twists and this inversion or legs up the wall. And I have a lot of reasons why I think it works, and there's a lot of claims that are in yoga books and yoga teachers say, and I happen to think they're all true because I have experienced them over and over again. But Western science has not corroborated all of it, so I won't go through the different things. However, I will say, based on my own life experience, I can say that this pose and twist make a huge difference for my immune health. I mean, all of the poses do, but this is a specific sequence for colds and flus, and I've found it to work wonders. Doesn't mean you won't get sick or you'll get better right away, but it helps. Spread the toes. And you let your shoulders be on the floor and heavy. In other words, whatever work you're doing, maybe keeping them from their full potential of relaxing. And then bend your knees. Carefully place your feet on the floor. Raise your seat, move the block. Hold steadily, firming your backside. Arching the lower back quite a bit. You'll get this nice deep lake in the belly. Just observe that for a moment, that toning. And then extend the legs out long as you make your way all the way down. Let's reach back for the head. It may feel really heavy right now. That's great. Hold it in your hands. Don't use any of your neck to lift this thing. Use your hands, and then just like you're turning a steering wheel, glide your head left and right. And you may notice just a really beautiful, not sort of reorganizing reintegration happening. Center the head, place it carefully down. Lightly place your fingertips on the skin of your chest, really lightly. Tip your right ear toward your right shoulder. Taking the very most superficial layer of the skin on your chest, move it slightly toward the left and stick your tongue out to the left. As far as you can, try to really stretch from the root of the tongue. Then relax your fingers, put your tongue back in, use your right hand and glide your head back to center. Take a few breaths. Let the shoulders relax, let the mind block this. Tip your left ear toward your left shoulder. Take your fingertips, take the skin of the chest slightly toward the right. Stick your tongue out to the right. Put your tongue away, relax the fingers, left hand to the left ear, recenter your head. Slide your shoulder blades gently, gently down. Take a deep breath in. Let all the stress and tension roll out of your body. 2 more, deep breath in. Exhale. One more time, breathe in really deep. Find all those pockets of stress that are hiding in there. Breathe them up with the vacuum of your inhale and empty them with the release of your exhale. Palms are turned up. This is the greatest reward of the practice. Let your bones, let your everything relax into the ground. Give yourself this gift of deep relaxation to renew the treasures of the body. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Follow your instincts here. If they are to yawn and stretch, do it. If they're to stay still longer, savor your stillness. If you feel ready, bend your left knee to your chest, roll to your right side and come into a fetal ball. Breathe into your back skillfully. Notice the space that you've created there in every way. Using your left hand, guide your way up to sit. And once again, wriggle your seat into the earth. Glide your fingers to your outer shins, so just outside the tibia, and about 3 fingers down from the bottom of your knee, and gently tap this master point of stomach 36. This is a point that is the master of energy in our body. All the energy lines flow through here. And it helps ground us when we have a full moon, when we have a time change. Both of those things are happening right now. We've fallen back and we have an eclipse. This helps us connect to the rhythms of the earth. So we feel grounded and we have our orientation clear and focused. And then bring your fingers to the center of the chest and tap there. This is a heart point. It's also a big voting day, and you may feel disenfranchised from lots of people who matter to you. This point reconnects us to all beings through love. Raise your arms up overhead. Bring your palms together. And we have the gift of the sound of Om. We move it through all the resonators of the body, and this also connects us to this planet and one another. Inhale. Om. Om. Glide your thumbs to your forehead, bow in, honoring yourself. What a gift to spend an hour with yourself, observing your breath and awakening your mind and body. Thank you, guys. I'll see you next week. Love you.